I'm starting to run out of goddesses. I've only got 6 left. The 4 which I consider the strongest in the game, and 2 which I consider like substandard, like really, really substandard. I'm a little bit apprehensive about this. I think Izanami is, like a top 4. I think she's like one of the top tier goddesses. I really do. The issue is that I'm not like a very good pilot with her. Like, sometimes you can like see the power of something. I can clearly see she's like top tier, but I'm not sure like how to navigate her very well. I'm not super confident. It's like Izanagi. I can see the power of Izanagi, and I have seen the power of Izanagi, and it's clear that Izanagi is just capable of outrageous things, and she is top tier. But I'm not myself like a super confident comfortable Izanagi player. It's kind of hard for me to say, oh well, this is the way. So I mean, Odin and Loki as well. These are the top 4. I'm kind of shy about all 4 of them. I was gonna do like Thor or Poseidon, since they're the ones that are just like trashy and I want to get out of the way. In my opinion, they're trashy, of course. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm gonna go for Izanami. I've done the best I can, and hopefully in the deck description I've explained it as well as possible. This is Greek mythology. I haven't done the deck description yet because, of course, there's no point doing a deck description on like this deck yet. The important thing is what it turns into. Like, what's the journey like? What's the deck at the end of the road that we can say, right, it took us a while, but we figured it out. This is what we're rolling with. I just hope that, I'm like a sufficient pilot. That's really kind of what I'm worried about, because she is so like overwhelmingly oppressive. She is so clearly strong. The AI doesn't play her very well, so you may not see that in campaign when you're playing against her. But her ability is oppressive. Like, it can be really, really oppressive, and it's clear that they've had to be extremely careful with a lot of the Japanese mythology cards, because if they accidentally, like, if they got it even slightly wrong, this was going to go from like, oh, this is really strong, to, oh, this is broken. Like, this is just stupidly broken. Um, I'm also a bit apprehensive because I'm very used to like playing not so much for the race, but playing around it. Because in insane mode, your opponent always has the advantage over you. They get the bonus devotion. If you spend 2 devotion on the soul extraction, you're still down 2 devotion relative to them. Like, that still is a setback. There is never a point where you can actually have an advantage, like in this base race, in this devotion generating race. But Izanami really wants to do that. Like, she is actually very invested in the race. Her ability is all about being just slightly ahead of your opponent. If they can only afford 6 and you can afford 7, you you put down your 7, they put down their 6, then it gets back to your turn. You put down your 6 generates devotion, then you sacrifice it. I didn't explain that very well. You put down your 7, then they put down their 6, then it gets back to your turn. Your 7 generates devotion, and then you sacrifice it, and then their 6 doesn't generate devotion because it got destroyed too quick. Is the idea anyway. So she really wants to be just like that step ahead of her opponent, just that little bit of devotion ahead, just that little spot ahead. So Izanami really wants to win, and like, insane mode is actually like a tough test for her. I kind of feel like we're playing Armageddon here. We'll threaten the nymph if they're not careful, but otherwise, I would rather like go for their temple. Okay, he's just throwing it all on the board, isn't he? Yeah. We could actually do a lot of things here. He's gone down to 0. I don't feel like, because of the nymph. Yeah, it's 7. We've got a battle plan as well, so it would be 5. Then we could pop the Minotaur, but that's not really what we want to pop, is it? But Demeter can't move. Okay, so have we won this? Rise of the Pharaoh, down to 21, 11. Okay, I'm trying this in a different way than I normally would. Like I said, I'm just so used to just going, yeah, like we're never going to win that first match. You know, like we're never going to win at the start of a match. We're always going to lose that race because they've always got that bonus in insane mode. Okay, that's perfect. But Izanami is super strong. Part of the reason she's super strong is in PvP when you're both equal. Oh, I mean, she is, you know, she is strong. She is really strong. Crap. Yeah, maybe I should have moved the mummy. Oh, no, that's fine. Yeah. But instead we're doing this, and it is weird, and it is kind of like, is this the correct play? You know? We've definitely got the pieces down that I want. I'm also, I mean, in so many ways, you know, I'm a little bit short on this because I know how I want to play. I just, you know, just don't want to do it, basically. Minotaur could 100% destroy the desert here. But I value the battle plan more. And he has to protect the nymph. So there should be something in front of the nymph here. Nope. I believe that was incorrect then. We can get rid of... No, we can't. I'm really gonna, like, genuinely, I am gonna have to pick up my A game. Compared to, like, everything else, like, in the whole world, I've really got to pick up my A game here. Because Izanami isn't, like, super obvious to use. She's just clearly very powerful. So I'm just stuck in this situation where I don't think I'm up to the task, but I do want to do an Izanami run, and eventually we were gonna get there, right? I wish you wouldn't do that. Is this the time? Wait, what? Why can't I sacrifice it? I'm not trying to attack it. What the hell's going on? Oh yeah, of course, what am I doing? Ah, see? Just so stupid, right? I'm just such an idiot. We do have removal in the deck, so it's not a problem. I'm just such an idiot. What am I doing with my life? So what are we going to do then? Just control him? Oh no. Yeah. She doesn't play the way that I'm used to playing. I feel like insane mode is like a terrible venue for her that's not representative of her power in like just PvP or just like on a normal even playing field. There's a lot of kind of like, can I really? Because I mean, I've already said this is like one of the strongest goddesses in the game. Hmm. Soul Extraction. Yeah, we're missing a Soul Extraction, but we definitely can dig. Okay. Probably a mistake actually, because I could have put the Toyotama right next to him. Now I feel silly. We can't find this Soul Extraction either, which is a bit frustrating. Okay, that's very funny. And if he hits us, we die. Ugh, that sucks. I may have to go slower in this campaign. Because these are decisions that... It seems a bit weird, but after like 8-9 campaign runs, these are decisions that I'm just not used to making. And this is like a completely different game with Izanami than it is with other goddesses. I just feel like a newbie again, like I haven't played this game before. Having said that, if we can have a positive win rate in just a sec. If we can have a positive win rate in insane mode, then things are looking very, very promising for us, aren't they? That was perfect. This match would have, like, nah, that's not it, I don't think. This is kind of what I mean, like, even with the Soul Extraction and Zeus going first, we're not really losing in the race here, right? Like, we're not actually struggling. Yeah, like, there's nothing to do here. I'm not even used to that. Just to, like, this feeling like, oh, well, actually we can still compete. Like, this isn't over. Like, we don't have to just start digging for Armageddon or whatever. I suppose we did Seaquake, but come on. I've really, really got to get used to her ability though, that's for sure. Although, since I like to race at the start, because that's what Izanami finds so important, a lot of the cards are actually low value. Like it's Fujin or it's Taisha that we're really thinking about sacrificing. Taisha is definitely a card that Izanami likes because it does a specific job for you, right? It's cycling, it's finding the answers. But once it finds the answers, all it is an 8 that produces 3, which isn't, like really isn't actually like a devotion machine. If you've already got the answers, it's natural sacrificial material. So our main sacrificial material is Fujins and Taishas. This isn't really representative. This is just Hades getting screwed because, he doesn't know what he's doing. Yeah, because he put the Cyclops down, he gets the discount on the monument. So I was kind of like, well, there's no point attacking the Cyclops then, because what we want to do really is pop the monument. If Hades wants to do this, then we just want to, do this. End of problem. Playing this way is kind of fun. I so rarely do it. But I actually fight in for once in the early game and say, no, actually, I'm not going to play to Seaquake or Armageddon or anything like that specifically. I'm actually going to try and take you on, and let's race. Let's see if you can keep up with me. We have the pieces to do it. We definitely don't have what I'd consider like pretty what the designer intended is an army deck. Like we don't have like those high cost units that you can sacrifice. We definitely don't have like the high cost monuments you can sacrifice because I think most of the Japanese monuments are just straight trash. I think they tried to balance them around Izanami, but it makes them just rubbish, like absolute crap. Yeah, okay. I quite like Dionysus. I don't know why, but Harpy Dionysus just seem a bit smilier. Whereas if you go into the labyrinth and you got to like deal with like Hephaestus, she's just miserable, man. I don't like seeing that resting face. Yeah, Tuiotama should be quite strong into this matchup. Although, of course, it could get out of hand. Oh, okay. Not necessarily playing to Seaquake isn't quite the same as just giving up completely on any chance of doing a Seaquake. It's just an option we have. Trying to fight Zeus is pretty stupid anyway. Like, she's one of the fastest um, goddesses when it comes to building in the game. You definitely have got to be a bit reasonable. So we lose the battle plan? No, we lose the desert. Okay, that was a mistake. We should have lost something, that's all I'm saying. And now Zeus is 5, so anything she summoned would have been taken by a Toyotama. Yeah, Taisha's because they do their job. I'd rather not sacrifice a Fushimi, but again, it's kind of just if I need to restrict my opponent, that's acceptable. So, and Toyotamas are in the deck for obvious reasons. I'm still not completely sold on the card, but there are just too many like 4s or 5s that Toyotama jumps over. You know, like she's great sacrificial material as she goes down, but also, you know, like 4 generation a turn for 6 initial investment is very, very good. It's a shame that in a lot of respects the Japanese mythology is very clunky though. If I could find a 7, I'd have it over the Toyotama, almost definitely. It'd have to be absolutely terrible for me not to. Yeah, let's fight, let's do it. The whole deck is about, you know, if we're racing, we're winning as a general rule. Like we will build faster than you will. That's the idea anyway. I'm sure you can imagine it doesn't always work that way. Hmm. I'm trying to work out how to manufacture a situation where they put something next to Fujin, so we've got an easy kill the turn after. But they'd go for the desert if they placed it here, so you know, this is where we put the blocker, essentially. Kind of sucks though. It's not ideal, it's not what I wanted. On the other hand, we are legitimately racing and we are legitimately winning. I know Hades is slow, but it just feels good. Maybe it just feels good to, you know, just play in a way that's different from usual. I don't know. Yeah, dude. You're just not going to be able to compete with this. This is ridiculous. This is one of our win conditions. I was considering Ninkyo in the deck, but the truth of the matter is, Fujin is 3 devotion cheaper and generates exactly the same amount of devotion each turn. Plus it has 40 health as opposed to 30. So even though Ninkyo is a 4 per 10 and Fujin's a 5 per 10, Fujin it like pays for its initial attack, if you know what I mean. Like normally you don't get to this level of ridiculous, but if Hades is going to give it to us. Yeah, her ability also allows her to find a couple of lethals that aren't always like super obvious. Since you don't have to actually attack the things in your way, if you've got units in other places on the board, you can sacrifice them and create a path straight to their goddess. You got to like keep an eye out for that as well. I really did want to do like 4 in Poseidon just to get them out of the way because I think they're trash, but you know, I was trying to build a deck for them, and I was just like, I don't want to do this. Like, they're terrible. I don't want to do this. Oh my goodness. That's a bit scary, isn't it? Great Desert Battle Plan. I really would like to have an extraction, but you know, what are you supposed to do? Nothing you can do. We've got the superior units on board. Wow, that was pathetic. Like, that was actually genuinely pathetic. Like, was that the only option you had? Poseidon must be under a lot of trouble here if they're using decimation to get rid of 1 unit. Oh, okay. But that costs you everything? Yeah, we'll save it then. Okay. Hit something then. If you want to hit something, there you go. Poseidon must be really stuck. Like, she can't even go anywhere. What's she doing right now? She must be like super desperate. That was a mistake. I should have summoned the Toyotama first. Yeah, we can still do it, but we shouldn't have really had to move there. That was my fault. And there you go. Gotta say, this was a pretty easy win. Like, we haven't actually finished yet, have we? I mean, we haven't finished yet, but let's be honest here. We finished. We've finished. This is just a matter of time now. It'd be nice if there was something else we could sacrifice Toyotama to. But, you know, she still accelerates. And she still kind of like helps you race. So, I guess in that respect, it's hard to complain. Kind of an average hand. It's not amazing. It's okay. Oh, seriously? Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Nah, of course not. It's just silly, isn't it? There's no point. We already know where we're going with it. This is, you know. We haven't actually had to use Izanami's ability. I don't know if I'm happy about that or not. It's very different to Tsukiyomi. Like Tsukiyomi's ability works in such a way that you use it all the time, even if you don't mean to. Like it's just gonna proc constantly. You get a lot of use out of it, like a lot of little uses out of it a lot of the time. Izanami's ability isn't like that. It's the tactical and strategic freedom it gives you. Suddenly you're capable of doing things that no other goddess is doing. And units that are nowhere near each other, you can effectively force to remove or deal with each other. Probably count this as a slightly below average start. Okay. We're just doing this to effectively like lock in the statue, like otherwise she can put something in the way to body block it, which of course we don't want. And this again, like Demeter herself hates to move, so we could Seaquake. Yeah, like, I don't want to commit anything when we don't know what her next move is. This is weird. This really is strange. You can see the value of Mummy in this matchup though, right? Like if we'd had like just like a standard 4-2, then we would have been stuck. Like our hand would have been thin and would have had no options. You can see the cards we've got in hand. We wouldn't have been able to make anything of it. But just because it's Mummy and we could play it again, we didn't really have those issues. Oh my goodness. Poseidon herself can't get out now, though. I'm having so much fun with this. I really am. It's kind of like a completely different way of playing. We did see Quake though, but we see Quaked when we had the same number of units on the board. What we need is another soul extraction because she's not going to be able to play anything until we, yeah. So she's not going to be able to do anything here. Oh, I'll take it all back. Definitely not the turn we were hoping for. We want to destroy both of the temples at the same time. Yeah, before the Zeus bolt anyway, I was saying, you know, like, Poseidon can't attack. Obviously the temples are monuments, so they can't attack. Why did I move them? Oh, whatever. I'm not really doing the maths. Like, my head is more in kind of how specifically do we pilot Izanami? And are we playing this correctly? Because we haven't had to use her ability a single time. Also, to what degree do we race? Right, Izanami really wants to race. I'm not used to it. I don't exactly know kind of at what point you go, okay, this is a lost cause, or we should be racing here. Like, this is a race we can win. I suppose in that respect, this is like a great campaign though, you know? Like, I'm gonna... It's gotta be this first. Yeah, I'm gonna like learn a lot from it. Not least how to play Izanami, which will be useful. I know she's powerful, that's the thing, is... I know she's powerful, I just don't know how to play her to her fullest. But I mean, the truth of the matter is, Hades doesn't seem to be any competition at all, right? Like, we're just running over him. We're not doing anything special. It's just simple, you know, over and over and over again. Actually, we don't have anything anyway, do we? Yeah, we don't have anything like that we have to do or that we need to do. We just seem to beat him. Like, we're too fast. Hades starts way, way too slow. He really can't seem to do anything. He's useless. Easy peasy. Yeah, Zeus is faster than us, which is, not surprising. That's not remotely surprising. And we've been playing against Zeus in a way that is also quite acceptable. Like, the deck does have quite a lot of monuments because we want to fight, So we need to, we can't, like, do nothing turn one. We've got to have a turn one. We've got to be able to push straight away. Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one. Maybe I should put down Fushimi. Is that what I should have done? Yeah, I actually think we win if we do that. I'm pretty sure we win if we just do this. It's really difficult with Zeus. So incredibly fast. Really, really fast. Yeah, now the monuments are coming out, so I'm not actually sure. Seven times three. That's not going to happen. Yeah, either Zeus attacks with the Cyclops, or they invest in the monuments because they've got the Cyclops. Yeah, that's probably what we wanted, isn't it? I suppose Seaquake would have also made like a lot of sense. 8, 16, yeah. Stupid nymph. And they'll put something else in front of the nymph as well. Or they won't, okay. Why would you not? I don't know. I don't understand that. Six, no. We're really, really kind of begging for a Seaquake at this rate, aren't we? But we need to get rid of that Olympus as well. 6. So this is what it feels like. Hera takes out the desert. It's hard to believe that's a value move though. Turn to dust. Oh, that's a good one. Hera's just a substandard card. I don't think we have to do anything or dedicate anything. Yeah, it's just the Greek temple, I think. Ah. At least we know that, like, in the AI's calculations, Fushimi is worth more than Taisha. That's kind of good to know. Oh my god, we've actually managed to outrace Zeus. Isn't this crazy? Isn't this just the craziest thing in the world? Definitely a player diff. We're just too good at this game. Yep. And this. Wow. This is a rare moment for me. Although, having said that, like, this was a Zeus deck that plays Hera, so what is that about? In fact, we probably won in some part due to Hera, just because the lack of devotion generation from, Hera. Like, it just doesn't do anything. Its ability does something, and then it's over. Like, it's just pointless. Let's fight against the true Zeus, not this rubbish. Why would you ever use that card? I don't know. One of the worst cards in the game, I think. And then they cast the Plague afterwards, but the Plague did have use for once. We haven't lost a single match so far, have we? We might have lost one. But we don't need to do anything. We haven't had to do anything special. We haven't had to get all crazy or strategic. We've just played like a normal game. This is... Okay, this is not a good start for us, but we're going to roll with it and see like how bad it gets. Yeah, oh wow, and they've started really fast. Okay. This should be a good one. Oh my goodness. This is fast, isn't it? This is fast. Oh my god. Rise of the Pharaoh into Fujin, I think. Whoa, what? Oh wow, this is fast. This is really, really crazy. I really do want to deal with it, but they've literally put that in the way. Well, do we destroy into Fujin then? Because we're not going to kill this. Do we have to drop it? Yeah, we can't compete, can we? No, we cannot. But this is producing too much. Oh my goodness, this is... Well, we wanted to face like the true Zeus, and we definitely faced the true Zeus. This is crazy. Yeah, we can't, like when Zeus does this, we cannot compete on the board. We cannot race. It is that simple. We sure got close though, didn't we? It sucks that we didn't do better. But the joke is kind of over now. We really do need a miracle. 4 times 6, 24. But we can't afford the Fuchin itself. Oh, that sucks. Push Dionysus back. Okay. Oh my goodness. They've got no cards. We just need like the Seaquake. We just need something, don't we? Oh no. Yeah, we wanted it and we got it. We only have ourselves to blame. We could have mulliganed as well. Like, yeah. Okay, well, we've definitely lost now. That was a good one though. That was like a typical ideal start for Zeus. Like, that just hit straight off. I know as soon as the Minotaur came down, I was like, oh, this is sticky. Like, this is going to be really, it's going to be a tough one. Hitting devotion all the way through. That is tough. Oh my god. But we have the clearance this time. I don't know how I feel about this hand. I think it's slightly worse than average, but I don't actually know. Okay. But Zeus hasn't started well, so we're just going to use the... Yeah. We're just going to use the devotion generation from Toyotama. Get our money's worth and then Seaquake. It is impressive, like how fast they're developing though. Really scary. But if that was a typical Zeus like start in terms of like a good start, this is a pretty, kind of typical Izanami start. Like, what are you really gonna do? Nothing. You can't deal with Fujin, and if I ever feel like you're an issue to me, I'm just gonna sacrifice Fujin and destroy whatever you've got. Yeah. Again, like in an ideal world, I'm trying to make it so that Toyotama gets hit, and then we actually get like some devotion trade out of it dying, because it's gonna die anyway, of course. So hoping the opponent hits it, and then at least that costs them devotion. But it looks like they're too wily for that, doesn't it? Nice. So Zeus smashed us, and then we got our own back. Just as a final boss should be, I suppose. But we never used Izanami's ability. Am I not going to get a chance to show off what Izanami can do? That's probably a good thing. I didn't realise our deck was this good. We're going to have to remember it though. Something about this deck is really powerful. And it's not actually Izanami that's bringing out the power. The deck is just in general powerful. Maybe this is what I'll use for 4 and Poseidon then. I really don't like... I just think they're going to be a drag. Like such a drag. But that doesn't really seem... That doesn't really seem like very genuine. Like having 4 in Poseidon decks and just going, yeah, they suck, they're B tier. Just play this Izanami deck but put Poseidon in. We didn't need to do anything. That was crazy. Like, I am very, very self-conscious about playing Izanami and being able to demonstrate what she can do. Like, when she's pushed the maximum. I don't think I'm really capable of that, but these videos to some degree are just general ideas of how a goddess works. It would be nice if at some point during the campaign we could demonstrate how that happens. But apparently Greek mythology wasn't it. I mean, we just ran through people. I'm glad to be like vindicated in terms of Fujin though. Taking it over Ninkyo was like a slightly difficult decision. I wasn't sure what to go for, but Fujin is just a tank, like 40 health with a couple of battle plans on the the field. What a warrior! We're actually racing people. The best part about this is we are actually genuinely racing people. Although the point was, like we had Fujin, Fushimi, and Izumu Taisha, just in case anything came down and we needed to like clear a path, we could do that. But we're just like just too good. Like we're just grinding people out. They can't beat us. Hades stood no chance in any match. Zeus only stood a chance when we couldn't find our Seaquakes and Armageddons, and like he had the perfect start. Like wow, we're just too good. We're just way too good at this game.